My dad's a police officer, so he
where
taught
at?
me how to drive.
So you know what the legal limit in the state of Washington is for someone who's 19 years old? Oh, stop. All right.
Officer Smith stood facing Ashley, a young woman who seemed nervous and uncertain.
My dad is actually my dad's a police officer, so he taught me how to drive. It's Seattle, Port of Seattle.
Oh, Port of Seattle? Okay. You gotta blow.
Okay.
Go, 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 go. Stop. All right. So you know what the legal limit in the state of Washington is for someone who's 19 years old?
Nothing at all?
No, not quite. So it's .002. Yep. Hello.
Hi.
Stop's being recorded. Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
As the interaction continued, Deputy Miller took charge of the situation with a calm and professional demeanor.
Give me a second. I'll be right back with you, okay?
Upon returning, Deputy Miller directed the individual to move to a more suitable location.
All right. Yeah, just come back here.
He instructed, guiding them to a better spot for the forthcoming conversation. Addressing the individual's age, Deputy Miller established some basic information.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 19 and a half.
He's 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
The response indicated that they were both 19 and a half years old. Curiosity shifted to their alcohol consumption.
How much alcohol do you have tonight?
Deputy Miller asked, attempting to gauge the situation. The individual admitted to consuming some alcohol, but emphasized their nervousness. Attempting to clarify the amount, Deputy Miller inquired about specific drinks.
How many beers or shots do you...
Seeking a clearer understanding of their intake. The conversation then delved into the timing of their last drink.
Okay, when was your last one?
The individual explained that their last drink was a couple of hours ago, perhaps even 3 hours prior. Detecting the smell of alcohol on their breath, Deputy Miller proposed an option.
All right, here's what I'd like to do, okay? I do smell it coming from your breath still, okay? Would you like to do some voluntary field sobriety tests?
Sure.
It's up to you.
Reassuringly, Deputy Miller aimed to make the individual comfortable.
Sure.
It's up to you.
I don't know what that means.
So it's voluntary, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go over here where...
In preparation for the tests, Deputy Miller mentioned the weather conditions.
Well, it's starting to rain a little bit. I just don't want you getting cold. All right.
Showing consideration for their well-being. Explaining the first test, Deputy Miller detailed the stance.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you stand with your feet together, arms down to your side like you're in the military.
He described, setting the scene for the upcoming tests. Deputy Miller ensured that the individual understood the instructions and any potential limitations.
So do you have any problems walking, standing, or turning?
No.
All right. Do you have any problems? Do you wear contacts or do you wear glasses?
No.
All right. Is there anything that I should know about you just so I can understand you a little bit better?
He inquired, striving for effective communication. With reassurance, Deputy Miller moved forward, explaining the testing process in detail.
First thing, okay, so it's important for you to understand, okay, your ability to follow my instructions are just as important as the tests themselves, okay?
He proceeded to explain the first test, involving the individual's gaze.
Do not start any of the tests until I've finished explaining, demonstrating, and telling you to begin the test. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
As the ordeal was coming to a close, Deputy Miller's compassion and commitment to ensuring Allison's well-being were evident.
Take me home. Yes, Leanne.
He reassured her, his voice carrying a sense of care. Sensing a possible discomfort, Deputy Miller offered to intervene on Allison's behalf.
You want me to speak to him? It's up to you.
He asked, providing his support in a difficult situation. Allison considered her family dynamics before responding.
I mean, you know your family. I don't mind doing it.
He was willing to step in and mediate the conversation if it would help. As the decision was made, Deputy Miller shared his perspective.
I mean, you know your family. I don't mind doing it.
He reiterated. He was ready to handle any potential anger that might arise from the situation. With their course of action determined, Deputy Miller confirmed Allison's agreement.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get you out to the polling place, okay?
He directed, focusing on getting her safely back. Before they left, Deputy Miller needed to complete the necessary paperwork.
Oh, I got to give you a form, okay?
He explained, preparing the required documentation.
Driver's license, registration, proof of, just so you're aware, contact's being recorded. All right, come on back over here.
Number 2. In the quiet night, Deputy Miller of the sheriff's office pulled over a car, his flashing lights casting an eerie glow on the roadside. A young woman named Allison was behind the wheel, her car lacking both headlights and taillights.
Hello, Deputy Miller Sheriff's Office.
Deputy Miller began, approaching the vehicle with practiced professionalism.
Driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
Allison fumbled for her documents, acknowledging the recording of their interaction.
Yeah, there we go.
It was on off.
Her voice tinged with nervousness. Deputy Miller checked the papers and noticed that her temporary registration and insurance cards were expired. He explained that she could dispose of those since she now had actual license plates and updated insurance. With the formalities out of the way, Deputy Miller engaged in casual conversation.
Where are we coming from tonight?
Allison's reply was accompanied by a nervous smile.
Huh? Munchies.
Okay.
Deputy Miller turned the focus to alcohol.
Anything to drink tonight?
No.
Allison's assurance of her sobriety prompted Deputy Miller to address her friend in the passenger seat.
I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to talk to her, but you keep answering everything.
He chuckled, directing his question to Allison once again. Their conversation continued, revealing that Allison had consumed 2 shots about 2 hours prior. The clock on the patrol car's dashboard confirmed the time, allowing Deputy Miller to piece together the timeline. After another brief exchange, Deputy Miller decided to perform a horizontal gaze nystagmus test to check Allison's eyes for signs of impairment. As he moved the pen, their conversation continued.
The reason I'm stopping you is no headlights.
Deputy Miller asked, guiding Allison's gaze.
No headlights? Why?
You have no taillights on right now, which I assume means...
The field sobriety test followed, with Deputy Miller explaining the procedures and asking Allison to follow his instructions. Her honesty about her inexperience with the tests led to a few more light-hearted moments. "Can I adjust the seat?" she inquired. "Sure thing," Deputy Miller replied, his tone easygoing. Allison shared details about her job at a coffee shop and her dog named Macho Pacha, named after her favorite movie character. This tidbit sparked a connection between them, adding a touch of familiarity to the situation.
So, for this next one, we're going to imagine there is a straight line out in front of you, and it's going to involve walking. Did you want to take your boots off?
If I can, yes, that would be good, because I'm just...
Yep.
Eventually, they reached the final test, the one-leg stand. With her boots off, Allison raised her foot, counting as she focused on maintaining her balance.
1001, 1002, 1003.
Deputy Miller's voice remained calm and supportive.
Keep your arms at your side. Okay.
As the field sobriety test concluded, Deputy Miller's tone shifted slightly.
So the last portion of this is the preliminary breath test.
A discussion about the test's purpose followed, allowing Allison to make an informed decision.
Personally, I was taught that I should take something after you take me to the station.
Allison admitted. Deputy Miller patiently explained the situation, acknowledging her concerns. With the test results indicating she was over the legal limit for someone under 21, Deputy Miller approached the next steps carefully.
So you're going to be under arrest, but before I do that, I would like to allow you to put your shoes back on.
That's fine.
Okay? Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and put your shoes back on.
Their conversation maintained a respectful tone, even in the face of the impending arrest. With Allison now safely in the back of Deputy Miller's patrol car, the next phase of the process began.
All right. Go ahead and turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Deputy Miller instructed, his tone still calm and collected. As she complied, he recited the Miranda rights to her.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you in the court of law.
Deputy Miller continued, detailing each right with precision as he read from the card. Once the reading was done, Deputy Miller engaged in some friendly conversation, alleviating the tension that hung in the air.
Has she been drinking as well tonight, or can she find a way home?
He inquired about Allison's friend. Standing by the patrol car's tire, Deputy Miller thoroughly checked Allison's pockets.
Anything in your pockets?
Ensuring there was nothing that could be potentially harmful or problematic. As he moved to place her belongings in the car, the conversation flowed.
All right, let's have a seat on the back of my car here.
Allison mentioned, her voice reflecting a mix of concern and relief as Deputy Miller located the item. Deputy Miller led Allison to the back of his patrol car, where she would be seated for the time being.
All right, let's have a seat on the back of my car here.
As they settled in, Deputy Miller extended his consideration.
Okay, so I have your phone, and she's making a phone call to get a ride right now, okay?
Ensuring that arrangements were being made for Allison's safe transport. With the background chatter of the officers nearby, Deputy Miller engaged in a reassuring dialogue with Allison.
My partners will stay with her.
Conveying a sense of security even in this apprehensive moment. As the formalities continued, Deputy Miller escorted Allison to another area. "Step up on the sidewalk and go down that direction," he directed, guiding her toward a suitable location. Meanwhile, inside the police station, Deputy Miller's actions were captured by the recording equipment. "I am still video and audio recording,"
I don't remember if I told you, but I am still video and audio recording, okay?
he announced, ensuring transparency in the process.
I'm sorry, they're just robbed.
No, that's fine.
I'm so sorry.
Right here where my light's at, I want you to face me for a police location or I'm not.
Number 3. On the evening of December 28, 2022, an unexpected incident sent ripples through a quiet town. As the witness looked on, a white vehicle collided with a traffic light, the impact jarring enough to dislodge a part of the car's bumper, which came to rest on the road. The vehicle swiftly sped away, leaving behind a trail of confusion and scattered debris. The witness, taking note of the hit and run, promptly alerted the authorities. Around 15 minutes after the call, the police acted swiftly, zeroing in on the suspect's vehicle.
So I'll look out for you, police department. Pull you over for 2 reasons, okay? For one, you're speeding back there at Central and Elm. It's a 25 and going 35. The reason I pulled you over right there in Oak Terrace is a stop sign. You need to slow down.
I did not see that. I am sorry.
Is your driver's license
Yes,
registration insurance?
It was located at a nearby gas station parked across the road. What they didn't expect was the identity of the driver, a person they hadn't anticipated would be at the wheel. The driver, a 21-year-old named Teresa, found herself at the center of attention as law enforcement officers approached her. The officers had been informed of the incident involving the traffic light and were ready to get to the bottom of things. With a sense of professionalism, they engaged Teresa in a conversation, aiming to uncover the truth behind the incident. Teresa's responses held a mix of surprise and denial. She claimed innocence, stating that she hadn't hit the traffic pole and that her bumper had been damaged due to a prior collision with a deer in Pennsylvania. Her story, however, raised suspicions among the officers on the scene. A peculiar aspect of Teresa's behavior was her repeated mentioning of her father, who happened to be an officer with the local police department. It appeared as though she was hoping that her connection to law enforcement would somehow work in her favor.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know where to pull over. I'm sorry, because I know it's kind of like, I felt bad in the freeway area.
As the conversation progressed, Teresa's attempts to involve her father seemed to underscore her desire to evade the consequences of her actions. Despite her efforts, the officers weren't swayed by the name-dropping. They pressed on with their inquiry, carefully piecing together the details.
So I'll look out for you, police department. Pull you over for 2 reasons, okay? For one, you're speeding back there at Central and Elm. It's a 25 and going 35. The reason I pulled you over right there in Oak Terrace is a stop sign. You need to slow down.
I did not see that. I am sorry.
Is your driver's license
Yes,
registration insurance?
Teresa's story began to unravel as the officers questioned her further. The pieces of the puzzle weren't adding up. Her claim of hitting a deer and the coincidental fall of her bumper during the traffic light incident raised eyebrows. With their experience guiding them, the officers managed to elicit more information from Teresa. She admitted to having consumed alcohol earlier that night and revealed that she had been texting while driving. The truth was gradually coming to light, unveiling a series of driving faults that could have serious legal repercussions. As the officers continued their conversation with Teresa, it became evident that her predicament was far more serious than she initially thought. She finally admitted to striking the traffic pole and fleeing the scene out of fear of being arrested for driving under the influence. The officers recognized that Teresa's intoxication wasn't as subtle as she believed. In the midst of this unfolding drama, Teresa's father, John, arrived at the scene. Despite her hopes for his intervention, it became clear that John was there to provide accurate information, not to wield his influence.
Just wait in the car until we do some paperwork and then we'll give you a ride, okay?
You should have, guys.
Anytime.
Where's her phone and wallet? You guys want to grab it? I don't know.
That phone and wallet.
Yeah, we'll take her.
Yeah, you guys will figure it out. That's fine. I'm just gonna put it on the seat for you guys.
He confirmed that Teresa's vehicle had sustained prior damage from hitting a deer in Pennsylvania, but he couldn't account for the discrepancy between that damage and the condition of the car now. The officers, guided by a desire to uncover the truth, maintained a professional demeanor throughout the interaction with John. His willingness to provide accurate information demonstrated the commitment to transparency within the police force. The officers weren't swayed by his affiliation. They were determined to establish the facts. Thanks for watching.